The Childcare Tax Credit is for families who pay for childcare or for care for a qualifying dependent. (1) What is Childcare Tax Credit eligibility? You must meet following requirements to qualify for being eligible for the credit. You must be paying for care for a qualifying child or dependent. 2. A qualifying child should be under 13. For the dependent, there are no age criteria. 3. A child with a dependent must have lived with you for more than half of the year. 4. You must also have earned income from a job or self-employment during the year. 5. If you are married, you and your spouse must have earned income unless one spouse is a full-time student or cannot care for themselves. 6. You can only claim the credit if you are married and file a separate return if your spouse is a full-time student or cannot care for themselves. 7. In addition, the care must be provided by someone who is not your spouse or a dependent. This means that you cannot claim the credit for expenses you pay for the care provided by a family member, such as a parent or grandparent. 8. You must keep records of the expenses you pay for care, including the provider's name, tax identification number, and the amount you paid. Is Child Care Tax Credit the same as the Dependent Care Tax Credit? Yes. Section 21 of 26 U.S. Code, IRC, covers both child and mentally or physically challenged dependents. A dependent on a taxpayer means a person who is physically or mentally unable to care for themselves and lived with the taxpayer for more than half of the year. This includes elderly parents or grandparents and adult children with disabilities. How much is Child Care Tax Credit available? The Child Care Tax incentive available to a taxpayer is based on your taxable income and the amount you spend on childcare. The credit is equal to a percentage of the expenses you pay for care up to a specific limit. The rate ranges from 20% to 35%, depending on your taxable income. The maximum credit you can claim is $600 for one dependent and $1,200 for two or more dependents. What are the filing requirements for the Child Care Tax Credit claims? To claim the Child and Dependent Care Credit, you must file Form 2441 with your tax return. You must also have a tax identification number for the person who provided the care, such as a Social Security number or taxpayer identification number. Lastly, please do not confuse it with Child Tax Credit. The Child Tax Credit and the Child Care Tax Credit are two separate tax credits that provide different types of tax benefits to taxpayers. Brought to you by IRSTax.com. Please subscribe our channel and click bell icon.